Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my people. So let's talk about Tiffany Haddish. So basically, she's been blowing up for the past few months. She's been on SNL, the movie. She has a book out, and she's just getting so much media attention that and on top of that, it's very positive, and it's just like everybody's embracing her and happy for her and supporting her. Then all of a sudden goes, stop, and then we get this negativity. We get this negativity about Tiffany Haddish. Basically, she wrote a book, and then in the book, it talks about her abuse allegations that happened with her and her husband when she was married to her ex-husband, her husband then, but ex-husband now. His name is William Stewart. So basically in the book, he's saying that the stories about him allegedly abusing her, causing her to have a miscarriage, and also, doing any physical harm to her and calling her names is actually a lie. It's not true. Like, maybe what he says, that he didn't abuse her, he didn't force her to have a miscarriage, he didn't, hurt her physically. But when he says he never called a mother F or a B word, I don't know if I believe that, because sometimes in the heat of an argument, you say the B bomb, the F bomb, the C bomb, you say all types of bomb, but some people don't. So I don't know his character. So maybe he didn't call her any names, but right now he's upset. And basically he's addressing, Tiffany Haddish's book. Like, he's saying that, hey, listen, in the book, the things that you wrote about me are not true, and I didn't do this to you. And she's like, maybe it was the editors, they embellished the story. Maybe everything in the book is not 100% true. Everything is not factual. But it's supposed to be a biography. So if it's a biography, it's supposed to be facts. When we read history, we want facts, but we know sometimes the history books are flawed. And just, I don't even want to get on the history books that our kids have to go to school and read and learn. And half of that is bananas, is bogus. So, he's just upset. And like when Tiffany Haddish, said that, maybe everything in the book is not 100% true. Maybe there's some things that are, embellished, and it was the editors, because she wrote her copy, and then I guess, they added more to the story to make it pump, to make it pop, to make it interesting, to have the book to sell. And I was just wondering why Tiffany Haddish didn't read over the book once the final copy was done, once they did the editing, once they, embellished a little bit of things, or, use like more deep or indefinite, more deep words, and more words that add a oomph, more words that are kind of like flamboyant words to, embellish whatever, she put down in the book. How come she didn't take the time to read the book afterwards, after all the corrections, after everything was done? How come she just didn't look at the book to make sure everything was okay? Because it's your autobiography. When you're writing a story about yourself, you want it to be true, you want it to be factual. And if you do want to embellish things, you want to embellish things that are going to be good for you, not something that you can possibly be sued for. So now, her ex-husband, William Stewart, I believe they was married twice and divorced twice. And he is coming out saying that he did not do any of this to her. He didn't cause her to have a miscarriage. And the only thing that she has proof of is when she said, when she seeked or went for a restraining order. I believe it was in July of 2011. But 2 months later, William Stewart received a certificate saying that he was exonerated from all charges or all allegations of Tiffany Haddish claim, her abuse claim, basically her restraining order. So he was relinquished from that. Like, it was said to be false, it was said to be not true. So we can't go by that restraining order, but we go by what Tiffany words and what she said. And by her saying that, maybe everything is not 100% true, and she's blaming the editors and the process, it seems like maybe she should have kept that quiet and waited for everything to play out, because now, William Stewart, he has an attorneys, and he seeked out, Russell Simmons attorneys, and basically he wants to get down to the nitty gritty. He wants to get down to the he wants to get down to whoever wrote these lies. Was Tiffany a part of these lies? Because he's like, I know she ain't lying about me, because if she lying about me, something gotta happen. And so basically he's going by what I guess Tiffany Haddish said, where it was the editors, the process of editing or whatever. So he wants to find out who actually put the stories in, who actually said this, who actually said that. Was it actually Tiffany's word, or was it actually the editors? So I guess he has a case to go after both of them, because like don't we have to proofread our work before we return it into the teachers? I remember in school we had to proofread, or if you didn't proofread, you had X's all over your paper. So it seems like with her being on such a high note, with all the accomplishments and things that has happened to her in the last year or the last 6 months, where she's becoming a really icon and a mega star, that she would want to make sure everything is factual, that she wouldn't want to hurt her ex-husband in any way, especially embellishing or any lies that are not true, to make sure, because you know what, the editors are not going to get in trouble. The editors are not in the blogs. I'm not doing a video about the editors. I'm doing a video about Tiffany Haddish. And basically, it's like she let these people, if this is actually true, she let these people, dictate what was in her book and how it was done. And she didn't realize that she was probably going to face consequences if things in this book was not accurate or not true at all. And so it's like, the editors or whoever, went over the book and embellished the story, they're not going to be talked about. It's going to be Tiffany Haddish that is talked about. Her name is going to be like, now she has negativity next to her name when she has such positivity towards her name. So it's like, well, I guess this is a lesson for all of us, to make sure when we're doing a project, or we have anybody involved in our project, to actually double check their work before the final copy goes out, before the final stuff goes out. Check it, because you know what, you might be held liable for what somebody else did, and then you're left holding the bag, you're left holding the drama, you're left holding the lawsuit, you're left with being sued. So it seems like, damn, Tiffany, why you let them get you like this? And hopefully it's actually the editors and it's not her lying, because it's not a good look. She's doing so good, so I don't see why she would even go there to put faultiness on her name, or put negativity towards her name, or untrustworthy things next to her name. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that it's probably the editors that embellish and make the book more oomph. But it's like, damn, like, this is my true story. This is what happened to me. I don't need you to add stuff into it. I don't need you to embellish the story to make it better. This is what it is. If people don't like my biography, then they don't like it. But I don't know. And basically her ex-husband is saying that, he didn't do any of this stuff to her. All he did was love her. And, that's his side of the story. And basically he wants his name cleared. He wants to be able to go back to his normal life. He wants whoever put this information out hold accountable. It didn't say that he actually wants to sue, but I guess once they get down to the nitty gritty, once they send out the subpoenas to find out who did actually what, who actually published the book, who put the book out, who was the editors, who helped co-write, and all that other stuff, they're going to get down to who probably embellish the story. Because I don't know if Tiffany Haddish actually has her own note that she actually wrote her own book, or she has her own notes what was her original copy, and then she can take her original copy and then go towards the new copy and be like, hey, I didn't know this was going on, so it goes towards the editors or whatever. But their name is not going to be out there. Their name might be out there in a negative light with people that read books and people that publish books and editors, all over the world. But when it comes to movies, TV shows, getting endorsements and deals, that's where Tiffany Haddish stands out at. And now she has this negativity towards her, where people might want to be bothered with her and people might not want to as well. Because with all these allegations that are going on right now with sexual harassment and sexual assault and rape and things like that, people are really trying to stay clear of anybody with any type of negativity that goes towards any sexual misconduct or any type of abuse or whatever. So we'll see what happens in that situation. So I wish Tiffany Haddish the best. I wish William Stewart the best, and hopefully they can get to a compromise in the situation, actually find out who actually embellished it. Was it Tiffany or was it the editors? Because if it wasn't the editors, they don't need to be blamed either, because their name goes down in that book. You know, their name is tied to that book, and if they want to get other jobs for different organizations or different publishing companies, they might be turned away as well. So I guess it's very important to get down to the nitty gritty, the truth. Peace. I'm out. One love.